Hi, everyone. Welcome to the next 2 years of your life as you embark on this journey into the DAT. My name is Jessica Montoya. I am a graduate of the 2022 class of Indiana State DAT. Um, as I was preparing to create this video to share with y'all in future classes potentially, it really took me down a path of reflection over the past 2 years and really the past 4 or 5 as I, prepared my journey through athletic training. I started at Indiana State in the MAT program. Um, and throughout the MAT program, a handful of the preceptors that I had were part of the DAT. So I was, somewhat involved with what was going on in the DAT in terms of serving as a standardized patient for the encounters that the DAT students were doing during DAT weekend. The overlap between some of the DAT and MAT curriculum, and then again, with the preceptors that I was able to work with, they were learning things of the DAT that they were implementing. And then I was getting that secondhand knowledge from them and watching them implement these different um, things into their practice. So my desire to join the DAT really started when I was a master's student. I also had a handful of friends that were doing the DAT, and they always said, the best things about it. Like, sure, it's a challenge, sure, it's a struggle. Sometimes, sure, you feel like you're at the end of the rope, but it's always worth it at the end. There's always that value. You always find yourself being pulled back into your why and understanding why you even started this process in the first place. And so once I graduated with my MAT, I immediately applied for the DAT and actually got rejected my first time, which was super, super difficult for me to grasp initially, but I was able to go out into the world and work as an athletic trainer at a high school and eventually transition to Northeastern University in Boston. And throughout that year, as I was preparing to reapply, I really understood why I truly wanted to do the DAT based on the experiences that I was having with other athletic trainers in the athletic training profession, seeing what DAT alum were doing. I just knew that this was what I wanted, where I wanted to be, and I just envisioned myself being a part of the DAT. The second time I applied, I was granted acceptance, which was like such a surreal feeling because this was everything that I had wanted, I had worked for, I had, imagined in my head being a part of. And I remember sitting right where you are right now, thinking, okay, what did I get myself into? I obviously had asked preceptors, for advice. I was consistently told, like, this is a challenging program. You are going to struggle. You are going to feel, you know, down sometimes. There's going to be that grit and grind. And there's going to be points where you're like, I just can't do this anymore. In those moments, you need to dig as deep as possible and sit down and really think, why did I start this in the first place? Why did I really want to be a part of this in the first place? And you'll always find yourself going back to that. You'll always find yourself being able to pull out of that deep, dark, difficult time and push through and persevere and be able to get past whatever that challenge or, you know, tribulation is. And you'll be able to see the light on the other side. Um, I would be lying if I didn't say that there were times where I really just thought to myself, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I handful of times typed up a letter of resignation and I sat there with myself and I was like, Jess, like, you want this. You want to be a part of this DAT. Like, that you worked your butt off to get where you are today. And as much as those times challenged me, they made me better. I'm a better professional. I'm a better person. I'm a different person. The person that entered this program, the Jessica that entered this program is not the Jessica that's leaving. And that's partially because, of the curriculum, of life experiences, of just general maturity, getting older. But it also goes back to like the support system that I found and built within this DAT. I could sit here and talk to you till I'm blue in the face about the curriculum and how great, the experiences are at DAT weekend, and how great the faculty, is, and how much they're supportive, and, all the things you're going to learn. But really, at the end of the day, what got me through this DAT program were the relationships that I cultivated with some of my cohort mates. I have a really small group that I consistently, text, talk to, snap, do working Zooms with, like try and be in a group when we can be. And those individuals are literally what got me through this program. So much so that one of my friends and I are getting matching tattoos. I have found some of the best individuals in this program, some of the people that I just am eternally grateful for being able to cross paths and being able to call them, my friends or my sisters or my for lifers. They've been there when times have gotten super dark. They've been there when times have been super bright. They've been there when I've said, I can't do this anymore, and they pull me up and push me forward. And I've been there for them when they said they can't do this anymore. It's just this consistent pact. Like, no one knows what you're going through except the person next to you. No one truly is able to understand what it means to be a part of the ISU DAT except for the people that are sitting next to you. So lean into that, rely on them, truly take the time to cultivate those relationships, because these people that I have spent the last 2 years with are people I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. We have plans to travel. We have, plans to be part of each other's future weddings when that happens. Like, there are so many things that I have gained throughout this program, personally and professionally, that I am so eternally grateful for, and that I know I would never experience outside of the DAT. But really, when it comes down to it, it's these relationships that I've built with these people that I can't even begin to put a value on. I just really hope for you that you take the time again to really lean into these individuals, really build a bond with, your group. It may not be everybody, and that's totally understandable, but really just take the time to find people that you click with, and that will make your life, one, so much more enjoyable, and two, so much easier in terms of getting through the challenge. Like, this program is great. This program is grind. This program, you lean into the suck sometimes. Like, you just like, it's hard, but it's worth it, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be here right now. You wouldn't be listening to this video. You wouldn't be sitting here scared, happy, excited, nervous, anxious, ready to go, but overwhelmed already. Like, you wouldn't be here right now if this wasn't valuable, if this wasn't worth it, if this wasn't what you wanted. And at the end of the day, if you find yourself in this program and it's not what you want, that is 100% okay. You don't have to do this. However, if you are dedicated to doing this, do it. Do it fully, do it wholeheartedly, throw yourself into every experience. Sometimes your best will look like your best, and sometimes your best won't look like what you're used to, and that is okay as well. Just as long as you could sit here and say that each day you did the best you could, whether that looks like perfect optimal performance or that looks like you just got out of bed. Whatever you do, just know at the end of the day, you're doing your best. And as long as you put in as much effort as you can, you will transform personally and professionally throughout these 2 years. You will not be able to recognize the person you were prior to this program at graduation. You will be able to sit here proud and relieved and happy and elated, like all the good emotions when you get to the end and realize, like, oh my God, I have been through so much, and yeah, I'm still standing. I've been, all the times that I thought I wasn't going to make it, I made it. So I just want to leave you with that. Like, you are capable, you are worthy, you are worth it, you are excellent, regardless of what your grades are, regardless of what an SP experience is, regardless of a group project, regardless, you are worth it. This is worth it. And you will be phenomenal. Good luck. If you need anything, I'm always available. The DAT keeps a record of all the alums. So I am always open for questions, comments, concerns, advice, whatever the case is. I wish you nothing but the best of luck, and I hope that this program is everything that you have ever imagined. I just want to remind you of a quote, and then I'm out. So our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. So go be great, and I look forward to meeting you in the future.